Hello, everybody, and welcome. It has been a while, and you can tell after my travels I am fighting off a cold, which is why my voice probably sounds a little weird. But let's get back to it. Let's take a look at the market, see where we're at, and then look for something to trade. And if you've been watching the market at all, it's obviously been pretty much a straight shot up for the last few months. Good thing to remember is a famous quote that I always like to remember during these times. Because if you watch TV, if you watch any kind of like options programs or any kind of investing programs, everybody's going to tell you how they made a bet on this stock and they're right because it's up, up, up. Well, the famous quote is, everybody is a genius in a bull market. When the market is going straight up like this, everything's a winner. It almost doesn't matter what stock you invested in. Almost every stock at this point is going to be up. So don't think anybody out there is a genius. Don't think they know more than you do. Like I said, in a bull market, everybody's a genius, and right now it's a bull market, and everybody thinks they're a genius. So that's just a quick lesson in the stock market. You know as much as anybody out there. Whether you believe that or not, that is the case. So, anyways, back to the market. It's been on a straight shot up. This is the S&P 500. Obviously, NASDAQ is going to look similar. The only one that's not quite the same is IWM. You can see it had a bit more of a rocky road, but they're all at all-time highs. Everything's at the moon. Bitcoin's at the moon. Gold is at the moon, right? Of course, how can you be wrong in this market? Almost doesn't matter what you are buying, it's going to be a winner. So, what are we going to trade? Well, we're going to look around the market, obviously, and look for some volatility because in a market like this, when everything is at the moon, generally speaking, that means that volatility is at lows, and you can see kind of this is volatility, and you can see it's at lows. So it's hard to find volatility out there in the market. When volatility is super low, that means we have to get more directional because we're going to be buying things like verticals, buying put spreads, buying call spreads, which I generally don't like to do very much because that's like a 50-50 shot. I much prefer to sell verticals because those are more like 60-40. Quick drink of water. So it's hard to find, but they still exist. So we're going to go to the airlines, specifically UAL, United Airlines, and you can see this thing's kind of been in the range for a while, but for whatever reason, the volatility is high. And if you look here, earnings are on 4/16. So we're going to make sure we're out of this trade by 4/16. And if you look over here, you can see the high over the last few months is 48. The low down here is 33. So the bet I'm going to make is it stays kind of within this range. I can't get that tight, but I'm going to skew it slightly up just because the market is up. And again, like we were talking about, most stocks are up. Doesn't mean this one will stay up, but that's the small kind of assumption I'm going to make. And you'll see what I mean by that in a second. So we're going to go here to the trade page. We're going to go to 41 days because April 19th is when these expire. And as you remember, April 16th was earnings. So we're going to make sure we're out of this by earnings. Hopefully it's a winner by then and we can close this, manage our winners. But if not, we're definitely going to get out before earnings. So this is the 41 days. I've already set this up. And you can see the stock price is 43. Again, the high has been 48. So that's kind of like where I put my high call on the side. And this one, I'm going down to the 39 put, which you can see isn't necessarily equidistant, right? This is about $5. And this is about $4. And that's because I can't go equidistant away and still collect what I need to collect. So I have to pull one side in closer. In this case, I'm pulling in the calls. Purely my assumption. I think there's a much better chance that it stays up than goes down just because the whole market is on this kind of wild ride up to the moon. And then, of course, we always buy the put and call $2 away and create this $2 wide iron Condor. So come Monday morning, assuming everything stays the same, we're going to go $5 up roughly on the call side, $4 down, create a $2 wide iron Condor, and as long as we're collecting at least 66 cents or more, this is a successful trade. One quick thing I want to throw in here as well is I love having you all along every week. I know a lot of you are learning to trade and want to start trading, but just to give you a little kick in the butt, doing one trade a week that I'm not even doing in real time is not going to get you where you want to go. If you really want to learn to trade, you have to consistently be trading 2-3 times a week minimum, which is what I do with my trade alerts. I've made my trade alerts as cheap as possible. Essentially, one winning trade in the course of a month will pay for the alerts. And in the meantime, you get to learn on a constant basis. I send out, on average, 2 to 3 trade alerts per week. So If you really want to learn how to trade, and if you really want to learn how to start making money in the market, I highly suggest you hang on for a second and watch a little quick video on how you can sign up for my alert service. But again, if you really want to get in the game, there's no other way but to do it. And this is great. It's a great start, but it's not going to get you where you want to go. So hang on for a sec. Welcome back. It's great to be back in town. Great to be back up again. Like I said, enjoy, and we will talk soon. Happy trading.
So what is your goal here? Well, mine has always been to get to where my money makes more money than I make. Let that one sink in. Look, I'm just a regular guy with a full-time job, but every day I get home, I look at my trading account and I see that I have made money while I was actually working full-time all day. Now, wouldn't you like to see that too? That your money made you money while you were actually working? Well, you're never going to get there until you actually start. So don't you think you'd be a little bit more comfortable and confident if I was right there by your side making trades with you? Where now I will be there with my real-time alerts. You'll trade side by side with me in real time as I tell you what trade to make, why we're making the trade, and more importantly, how to make the trade correctly. But making the trade's only half the battle. When to close the trade is just as important, so you'll get those closing alerts as well. Listen, you've got the knowledge now, so let's put it to use. So how do we turn your knowledge into actual income with as little risk as possible? Well, the way we do that is by offering up the option alert for only $1 for the first month. Now, the option alert itself is going to send out 2 to 3 trades in real time as I make them via text or email directly to you. And as I close these trades, you'll also get those closing alerts in real time as well. Now, if you want an even better opportunity, the Option Pro, which is the exact same alert service as the Option Income, offers up all the content I've ever made, courses, webinars, etc. Over $2,000 worth of options courses for only $19 for the first month. So the way we're going to sign up for either of these is by going to sharpertrades.com, clicking on the products section. Both of these alerts will show up. Depending on which one you prefer, you'll type in these coupon codes and you'll either get the option alert for $1 for the first month or the Option Pro for only $19 for the first month. Look forward to seeing you all over there soon. Take care.